Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up? What's going on? Sherm, throwback, you know what I mean? So, couple of little interesting things have, like life be funny, right? So, I was sitting here and I was writing up some stuff and I was talking about the different, different ways, it affects us and it don't affect others. But let me show you something. So I got my house, right? And because, remember how I tell you about the financial fraud and all of that, and the fact that they don't want you to own your house. They want you to keep refinancing and refinancing and refinancing so you won't never own the house, or when you get rid of the house, the next sucker. That's all they want, right? These is all different companies. That's one. That's two. Now check it out, right? And this is Monday. 3, 4, right? So check it out. And then I get something from a mortgage company, right? So check it out. You go, what's up with a month? I ain't gonna lie, a month I get 50 of those. 50 of those. And I don't know. We don't sit around and talk house business and stuff like that and financial stuff. But I wonder, do everybody get the same treatment? Or is it just for us? Because if it's all for us, then it's really just a sucker scam. They just really, really want us. It's really a sucker scam. That's all it really is. Yo, I did some mad writing after the last show. This is all the stuff I wrote since the last show. Right there. Like all that. So yeah, so it was funny, right? So you know how we would always say that money is the devil and all of that type of stuff right there and stuff like that. So they got on one side of the $20 bill, you could fold it up. I had posted the videos or whatever. It seemed like you got a mask on somebody. On it looked like the president's face, and some kind of way you could fold it where something ends up over his face like a cloth like this in 2020 on both ends. So that shit look weird. Then on the other side, it appears to be what they got, like a bunch of people looking up to a rope swinging or somebody hanging or a noose or some shit like that. So, and the brother, I seen this on, I forget who this was on. This might have been Judah. But yeah, so he said on one side it shows our destruction, on the other side it shows their destruction. You know what I mean? Let me tell you about T-Mobile, man. Let me talk about T-Mobile and the Corp. America is not a corporation. America is not a company. A country. It's a corporation. It's a company. I'm going to give you prime examples. That right there is one where they don't want nobody to get a house and keep it and own it. And the American dream, that shit is a fucking lie. They doing every tactic under the book to get you to take your house back from you. That's the first one, right? Second one, T-Mobile. I don't even have an account with T-Mobile. I stopped my account with T-Mobile in February. They never had my credit card number to put me on no payment no monthly automatic bill deduction, right? So I get the Sprint, and I do it with Sprint so I could save $20, right? So, but when T-Mobile and Sprint merged, why T-Mobile put me on their roster too to take money out? Yeah. And their money ended up being both months more money than Sprint. So I see the last month it was for $76.71. I call them, got to go through all this investigation. Oh, you got to still go to the store and show ID, and then I had to come back home. for my money that y'all took out my fucking account. Then this month come, they take $104 out. I call on Saturday. I gotta go through all of these hoops with Sprint first, cause they trying to tell me, oh, we ain't got nothing to do with it. What the fuck you mean you ain't got nothing to do with it? It's because of your company they got access to me. Oh, so now I gotta talk to T-Mobile. So now I'm in T-Mobile. This motherfucker trying to nicely explain to me why I should have to go down to the store and produce ID to prove to them that I'm me, for them to put money back in my account that they never had authorization to take out. Excuse me. That's excitement. That ain't COVID. That's excitement. But check it out. So stay with me. So now she on the phone and she going, oh, Mr. Holloway, nicely, oh, Mr. Holloway, oh, it does make sense that why you should have to go down to, man, no, it don't make no sense, because what y'all did is, watch this one, what y'all did is wire fraud. I know my rights, I know the laws, I know the rules. What you guys did is wire fraud. Unauthorized access to anyone's account is wire fraud. I know that. Y'all gonna put my money back in because what y'all did is a crime. Right? So, oh, Mr. Holloway, but I gotta go back to the store. It's my money. So what I need, oh, so now I gotta prove, so I gotta kick her off the phone. So now I get on with a T-Mobile manager and I'm explaining to him like, yo, I'm a veteran. I'm a veteran. I got my issues, cause you know, behind the war situations, oppressing and oppression us. You don't want me to come into the store and talk to nobody about my money. You don't want that. You don't want that. They might get punched in the face. It could happen. It could happen. Why would you want to send a upset person, anybody? Could be a mother that they done took $100 out and she got $15 to feed 3 kids for the rest of the week. You don't know what the fuck you did. So long story short, they gave my money back. But yo, I had to prove who I was. I had to provide my address, my social. I'm like, yo, y'all niggas is ridiculous. That's why I say, America ain't about the people. It's about these corporations. I got more, how y'all say receipts? I got more receipts. Let me show you. Here go another one right up behind that one. I ain't even know that one. It's going to line up like this. The UK bank over there apologized for its role in slavery. Apologized for its role in slavery. I know for a fact, Switzerland, Germany, Swiss, German, and America still giving the Jews money behind assets and paintings and this and that, and they answers, they still getting money. We got an apology. Okay. The Archbishop wrote a letter to Trump about how bad it was in the Vatican, and how I was amazed listening to it. It's an archbishop that wrote a book that's out there that nobody has never mentioned. I have never heard nobody mention. It's a book out there that an archbishop wrote about how the satanic cloud done came over and consumed the Vatican. Yo, it's that bad, like, for real, like they really set up this. If I'm gonna get into later on what the earth could or cannot be, you know, maybe Kyrie was right, you know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily flat, but it's more circular with a dome over it. Let's say hypothetically that it's that, because it does say it in the Bible. I got Bible receipts on that later on, as far as it's saying in the spear and all that. I got a couple of those, but and you know I ain't the Bible guy, so I was looking at Bible stuff. But anyway, let's get back to this archbishop. He's saying that it was so bad there, man, and it was they was actually satanic worshiping. They just started. They had a church inside. They had a small church inside of there, where inside the Vatican, where they was trying to get Lucifer to sit on the throne, or sit on the chair, some shit, right? God, it's crazy. It was crazy. I was listening to that shit, listening to the Archbishop, and so he's telling Trump, like, the same battle that you're dealing with there, Mr. Trump, with the dark forces and the satanic and all of this. It's the same thing that's consumed this, and it's very bad, and boom, asking for Trump help. This is an Archbishop hitting Trump up, who done had 20, last time I heard it was 6. Now it's up to 25. I don't know if it's hype. I don't know if it's propaganda. I know he is putting a hurting on them in other aspects. So they said it's been like 25 assassination attempts on this guy. Word up. So I'm like, I don't know. He got to be doing something right. Because that was the reason. I'm going into it later, my thoughts on the whole magma shit and all of that, as somebody that did vote for Trump. I ain't with all that magma dumb shit. I voted for Trump because he was talking shit about locking Hillary Clinton up. If I was president, he was on stage, yeah, if I was president, I would have locked you up. He was talking about that. He was talking about draining the swamp. And it is a cesspool, and what's the name? And I felt that because he was not a politician, even though he was out there running his mouth and all that shit all the time about shit, he never was in office. He was a businessman that just jumped into it and shit, and I didn't think he was that bad. I thought he had the attitude that'll say fuck you to the people that needed to say fuck you to. So that was the reason why I voted for him. I ain't vote for him because all of that, I'm loving it and all. Nah, it ain't none of that. I ain't the police and all that. I seen this big RoboCop black brother online, and you want to fight and this and that, and you think you can fight me and all this. Nah, I ain't with all that. I think police should be gone too. Word. And my thing is because you gotta understand like this. What y'all gotta look at it from this. Other races, not just white America. We get treated and we have to deal with and view them from a whole different angle, a whole different aspect. You know what I'm saying? I got Mr. Squirrel came and got him a piece of biscuit, and he leaving now. I be putting food in there, so he like the biscuits. The old food, I like bread or stuff like that. I break it up and I put it in the joint up there, whatever the case may be. But yeah, so you gotta be trying to get my energy right. And look, as I was talking, right? As I was talking, the squirrel came up, and he still did what he normally do. Got his piece of biscuit, jumped down. Animals are smart, man. But that's why I voted for Trump. I wasn't with all that. I just wanted somebody in there to finally say fuck them politicians, because I could see what anybody could see they was all crooked and all that. And maybe he one side of the same coin, but for right now, he putting a hurting on them. So I believe the 26 jump offs. So here go one. So I seen a video already posted by Dr. Boyce Watkins, right? And the video clip was, and I ain't accusing him of doing nothing or whatever, but having no parts in it. You know, that's for y'all to do that. But I seen him post a video, and the video pretty much was, all of a sudden, one of the other cops that's not the main guy got released or whatever, and somebody happened to be basically interviewing him in a Walmart, basically like, oh, when you get out of jail? How you get out of jail? And this and this and that. And he's actually answering questions so much that he get to a point where he go, oh, I'm sorry you feel like that, feel that way. And he starts walking away. And then that's when she starts making a scene. Oh, you just gonna kill her? And it's on camera. And I'm like, again, they getting ready to set it up where that's gonna be the second round. Second round of the riot is supposed to be that they gonna They're gonna show you, they're gonna let them get off. They're gonna let them get off because the judges, a lot of the judges is in on it. Look at the Supreme Court rulings with the DACA and all that. It was illegal what the judge did. It's illegal what the judge doing to Flint. But people caught up so much in their feelings that they celebrating, but they failing to miss them points legally. By the way they laws is set up, they all doing shit on emotion and because of the hate for Trump. But they just overriding the rules. The judge, the prosecutor said we dropping the charges. Since when, y'all, do the prosecutor drop a charge and the judge say no? I'm going to get another judge to review that. And us two judges over here think that it's not right what y'all do. When did they do that? And this is what they did with DACA. With DACA, they said, what President Obama did was wrong. What Barry Soretto did was wrong. But Trump, the way he's trying to the way he worded it to get rid of what he did that was illegal, they didn't like the way it was worded. They didn't like how it sounded. They didn't like the intent behind it. So they denied it. Even though this was illegal, what was done, DACA is illegal, and they got amnesty, and they got full immunity, and they got taxpayer money to pay for their lawyers. See, that's what happened. I'm telling you. I just watching your boy Judicial Watch with that guy, Tom Felton. So I was just watching that. So yeah, that's the next round of the riots. The next round of the riots is going to be that. Cause it was like, and this was something too. Right after the George Floyd incident here, they had the same exact incident over there in the UK, where an officer killed a black man with the same thing, knee on the leg, the same thing. But they'll talk about the riots going on and that it's all in support of Black Lives Matter, but the media won't let you know that. Oh, look at the coincidence in how the riots started. They won't point that out. I'm taking good notes for this one. Malachi Martin said in the height of the Second Vatican Council, there was a ceremony to enthrone Lucifer in the Vatican and the chair of Peter, St. Paul Chapel within the Vatican's walls. Yeah. One of the popes said the smoke of Satan has entered the sanctuary. They held black mass there, tradition, Latin mass said in reverse. Yeah. So think about it. All this time you thinking the Holy Father is all this. Meanwhile, that's why he was that. Because here go another thing that's not even with that. Think about this. Why would you not release the names of all the priests and that did the pedophilia and all of this type of shit, and where you moved them to and all of that type of shit like that, or how many times you moved them? Why would you not release that? Why would you not want to help get that out of your institution, but two, out of society in general? Why would you hide that? Because the pedophilia is part of the satanic shit, where they have sex with little kids and all of that shit. Even around there, over there in the valley, they had the little statues with the demons with wings having sex with children. Like, that's what was going on right in front of our face, man. Right in front of our face. This nigga was a whole pervert, lizard, satanic worshiping into everything. Into everything. So I question everybody that met with the Pope. Seeing how the Pope was going around meeting with everybody. He was like Jay-Z. He was like Jay-Z. Farrakhan and this one and that one. He's a mess. I'm glad I don't do videos. Word up. They be getting heads. Hey yo, back to them Egypt, them pyramids. Think about it. Why? Think about it. Why would they not tell you it's 8 or 9 pyramids here and they got one hidden up under a church? Why? That's a really big why. Like, I know that's from the last show, but it's this mixed in with these notes because of how I wrote it. But you really gotta ask yourself that, man. Arizona, you can only do flyovers in the one in Arizona. Why we can't go there? Kentucky, old one. You gotta know this one built on ley lines, and they built them on ley lines. The pyramids is because they got energy. They draw energy. They draw energy. Juneteenth, man. I'm telling you, man. Think about it, man. The brother get murdered. Black people is still getting hung all around the country as we speak. They throw y'all a little holiday, Juneteenth, and y'all celebrating it, wearing t-shirts and all that shit. UK apologize, don't get no money. UK bank apologize, don't give no money or nothing like that. We good. Feelings. People still getting hung. We celebrating what? What are we celebrating? I was really trying to understand that. What are we celebrating? Yo, so, you talk about levels and elevations and all that shit. This just since the lockdown. Since the lockdown, I learned about the pyramids. I learned this land ours. They tricked it out of us. The Vatican was actually worshiping Satan. Hillary allegedly eat kids. Adrenochrome. Learned about adrenochrome. Papa Bush, Baby Bush, 9/11 JFK shit. The AUR/AWG joint, the Cabal, Pizzagate, Frazzle Drip, Dump. No. It's crazy. It's crazy. They make Trump be doing shit that makes sense and they still make it seem bad. Like for instance, we protecting Germany from Russia, right? Why are we protecting Germany from Russia? Right? Why are we protect? That's the first question. If we all in the UN and the World Health Organization and we all give money to each other and all of this type of stuff, I be having to adjust the situation when the like the sun dial. The sun move, you gotta move with it. Or I could just adjust it. Hold on, y'all. You gonna adjust it. There we go. Boom. So we adjust that and we still good, right? So here you go, back to how Trump be making sense, and they'll say he don't. Germany, we protecting Germany from Russia, but Germany is also buying energy from Russia. So they actually giving Russia money to the PAM. So, it costs money for us to protect Germany from Russia. So, but hold on, why are we paying? Hold on. And Trump said him how they do that? Where they do that? You that's your friend, but we protecting you from them and you ain't paying? And we asked you to pay 2% and you can't even pay 2%. You was paying 1%? Come on. And then that shit add up. But then they go, oh. Trump he don't know what he doing. I'm like, man, y'all this dude in there making business deals, man. Business deals that's favorable to us. Alright, here goes some positive news, right? Be like, Sean, you stay with most of, I think I be having a little bit of mix of positive and negative. So, but because it's positive in everything, it's negative in everything. Just like I was watching Big Judah joint from 6 months ago or whatever, and back when King James came about, he had a little situation where when he got married to an underage to 15-year-old girl when he got married. But anyway, he got married one of the first times he came out the house. The water, he thought witches was trying to attack him and kill him or whatever the case may be. So he banned all kinds of natural holistic worshiping as far as healers, with herbs, healers with that you know, there's certain ways you could, now they doing it now in them spas. They'll let you heat up rocks and put them certain places and all that. That was witchcraft back then. And so that's where we lost our ability to do that because of him in that situation. So that's why it's kind of relevant. But anyway, I'm gonna get into that a little bit later. But second opinion. So I was talking to my brother. You know what I mean? May Murray. Talking to my bro. And so Customs Quotable on Instagram. Holla at him. Two different sources. So the doctor said, wearing a mask, he said, you got to think that the rest of your body is still exposed. He said, think alcohol in your eye. He said, if you get alcohol in your eye, won't it burn? He said, yeah. He said, so there you go. So that means that your eye is an open cell, and you know, so that's that as far as the thing. Cause so you got to think about this. The numbers are going up because they testing more. Spirit. Right? Remember before they wasn't testing that many people, so it was no testing. It was we don't know how many people was infected, this and this and that. Now that being said, now if they came out with a flu test, hypothetically, let's get off COVID. If they came out with a flu test, right, where they could come and we gonna swab and see how many people got the flu virus in them, how many people think you're gonna have the flu virus in them? How many people gonna die from having the flu virus in them? You know what I mean? Some people need to get it to boost their immune system to help them fight it off. Some people don't. I don't take no flu shots. Because that flu shit is junk medicine. Because if you don't take no, all you got to do is don't take no flu shots for 5 years. 4 or 5 years. Then voluntarily go in there and take one. You're going to get sick. They got you sick. You had a 5-year run of not getting sick, no flu. But you go in there and get that shot, you're going to get sick. And so that's why the number's going up. So along with the always going up and this and this and that and whoop-de-whoop-whoop-whoop, it's because we tested more. The more you test, the more the number's going to go up. So don't let them overhype you. Be smart. Get sick. You know, you got a couple of remedies. Here goes some things you could do if you got it. You could do the garlic, ginger, and peppermint tea, boil it, put you some honey in it, some sugar, drink that. Because the whole idea is to sweat. You got to look at it like your body is, you're trying to increase your body temperature. That's all you're trying to do. You're trying to increase your body temperature to, one, sweat it out and then cook the germs. That's why they tell you the sun is good for you, because the sun going to do what? The sun going to make you sweat and raise your body temperature, and that's going to kill the COVID, right? So, okay, and flu and all that. You go outside and you got a little cough or something like that, and you go outside and run and sweat and work out, that shit you be throwing the cold up, right? While you running. Same thing. But they hyping, that fear and hysteria, right? So you got that one. And then the other thing is, I heard this from a couple of people. They say orange pills, lime pills, lemon pills, citrus pills, all of that. Put them in the thing and stand over it and breathe the fumes in and let the acids hit you or whatever the case may be. And then you drink the liquid and you'll be good too. So that's the two things. They talk all hype and fear. They don't talk the fact that out of all of the people getting tested, a large majority of the people are fine, perfectly fine. They all going to be perfectly fine because they healthy. It's the people with the weakened immune systems and the people with pre-existing conditions or breathing issues, stuff like that. Like someone with asthma, yeah, you got to be careful because you know your lungs and stuff like that. So you got to think logically and not emotionally off of CNN TV. You can't be like, oh, word, Don Orange said that, so I gotta. Nah. So Here goes some companies, right? Corp. Corp was a company that was getting government contracts, but was involved in sex trafficking, human trafficking. Corp. Right? So Corp would get you to Halliburton, because it was Corp and Halliburton that was involved in sex slave scandal. It's stuff like that, right? So that puts your Bushes right in the middle of it. The Bushes is in the middle of the slave trade, right? Along with Cheney, right? So, but then that led to me, led down something like, since the 60s, there's been a presidential slave trade? Allegedly? A presidential slave trade where that's where they be getting their money off of? So now you got, we keeping up. We got the federal government, the Pope and the Vatican is over there satanic worshiping, right? And possibly maybe there was a presidential slave ring that catered to your billionaires and elites and all of that. And they was trained and all of this stuff like that. Rumsfeld and all of these dudes was it's crazy. But okay, let's get on. Let's continue, right? So on the day of 9/11, there was 4 war games planned. 4 war games. Rumsfeld came out the day before and said that, oh, we just lost $3 trillion. We just lost and they was pressing him hard. He was supposed to announce NESARA, the NESARA Act, because all of the money they've been stealing. You see the shit right there with the house shit. It's a fucking Ponzi scheme. The house shit is a Ponzi scheme. I've been here 5 years. The house shit is a Ponzi scheme. So that's one, right? So they were supposed to announce NESARA, so the towers and shit, and the towers, they went in and they set the detonation and they blew them up, and they used the media, control CIA, to show us planes hitting, but no debris was ever found and nothing like that. It didn't. That was imploded from inside. Didn't explode, it imploded. So boom. So you got that, and so in building 3, the building 7, the 3rd building that just fell, that's where the gold was supposed to be hitting at. That's where all the records were supposed to be hitting at, this and this and that. Because the gold wasn't there. The gold was in the Vatican with the crooked ass Pope. No plane parts. Building 7 had all the gold. CIA sex slaves in Russia and Africa. War-torn kids. This is what they do, right? So you always go. I even knew Obama had 500 plus missions, bombing missions, 569 plus bombing missions. Look it up. He was had the most bombers of any president, I think. Look it up. But why? Why? You know, if he allegedly could be gay and this and that, what was the purpose of that? To destabilize the country? Oh, okay, that's on the surface. No, Sharon. Well, what it was for the children, for the slave trafficking, for the human trafficking. Because once you blow up, you bomb and do all that, and you create orphans, then now the CIA would move in and they would set up an orphanage. CIA move in and set up an orphanage. And when they set up an orphanage and they get the kids, then they would adopt them, and then the kids would be gone. Never see the light of day again. 2,000 for a war-torn kid in New York. They got prices in New York. $50 an hour, $30,000 a week, $50K a year. A sick kid is worth $500 on up to $50,000. Determined on and a blonde-haired, blue-eyed kid is worth, a blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl or boy is worth a lot of money too. So I'm gonna give it up funky. Yeah, they on our ass too, but shit, they'll snatch up a Karen in a minute too. Little girl running out there and shit on a pedal bike riding, minding her business. They'll snatch her too. So, yeah, presidential sex level. The presidential sex level, groomed for the scumballs. I ain't even calling them elites no more. They're not elites. They're not elites. If you think child trafficking, human trafficking, sacrificing, adrenochrome, and going to these parties where once you go into these parties and they lock the door, you can't come out and all of that, and all of that stuff. Once you do that, you ain't no elite. You ain't no fucking elite. You ain't no motherfucking... I don't care how much billions you got. I don't care how... You can have champagne, you can have sneakers, you can have a clothing line. That shit ain't shit. They said the only one that didn't participate in it was Carter. Everybody else did. Everybody else did. Presidential sex slave, right? They had them at the White House dinners. That's why you see all the little young people there, and they look so fresh off the farm. Like, who are these people? All must be interns. No, not necessarily. The butler knew what they like, and all of these things like that. And so now that's how they would get you under they you know, once they figure out, oh, he like little boys, he like little girls, and this and this and that, and this and this and that. They catch you, they film you, and then you be like making stupid decisions like Justin Roberts allegedly being on Epstein Island. But no, he was on the island, but allegedly getting caught by CIA doing some freaky shit, freaky deaky. So now you do the freaky deaky when some shit coming up that even if it don't make sense, you gonna do what we say do. That's how it works. See how to tie in? That's what I'm saying. Another prime example of the United States of America is not a country. It is a corporation. 100K a month once you in the door. Yeah. Like, so they said some billionaires, you get enrolled in that shit without them even telling you. You get enrolled in this shit automatically. And once you in it, you can't get out. Cause they said, like, once they said these parties, once the doors close, it is definitely gonna involve some kind of human sacrifice, and usually it's a child. That gave me the thought about sellout ass rappers. That want to talk about that. Oh, I just want to get in the room. I just want to get in the room. I'm just trying to get in those spaces. To do what? Telling you, they telling on they self, man. They tell on they self. Yeah, I got access to the rooms now. Shit, start moving different. Yeah, cause you part of that shit now. You gotta tote the line, cause we got video of you in that room that night when Hillary killed that little girl or whatever the case. Word. They said so the Pope is gone. Pope was a demon. He was a fucking demon. He's a fucking demon. I done heard enough from enough different sources. Pope was a fucking demon. I don't care. I'm on record. And so they said that, the last time the Pope came up, it was a hologram and all that. So when he turned, he kind of disappeared or whatever. Reverse Christianity is what they did, people. Reverse Christianity. They spent it, they changed it up enough, and they put enough stuff in it to where they could play the Christian role in the daytime and be a Satanist at night. Scouts, Yugoslavia bombed, then kids. Yep. What else? Libya, Somalia. I just seen one with they got the Muslims over in camps in China and shit and stuff like that, and nobody's saying nothing. It's happening. The CIA had 3 orphanages. The Rockefellers had 4 orphanages. The Rockefellers too. Scumballs. And Rockefeller scumballs. Tell you, that nigga don't get no play. He don't get no play in my joint no more. No play, Mr. Down with the chick that ain't a chick. They take the kids and they mind fuck them, y'all. So what the CIA is, they'll get the kids, and so they can have free slaves. I mean, not slaves, free spies. The CIA was getting the kids and get them, and then they'll turn them into, you know, think Alan out there, the Somalian chick, war torn, and she comes here. She hate America so much. So how you end up here and elected? How you work that out? And her daughter was helping Antifa. So she tweeting support for Antifa. Her daughter helping with supplies and all of that type of stuff. And you're a congresswoman or a senator or whatever she is. 3-letter agencies are evil. FBI, CIA, DOJ. They evil. They evil. They evil. I don't know if Trump is cleaning them up. I don't know if the swamp, they calling them the white hats or whatever. Because I'm giving y'all, so y'all don't get confused. The people that be like, nah, I ain't brainwashed no magma. I see some magma people, some black people talking like they stupid or whatever case may be. Nah, I really have went through the shit, so I know what it is. So it's after dealing with it, you know, after going through it and dealing with it and never selling out and doing shit my way and keeping my motherfucking so-called black dignity and shit like that in corporate America, I ain't gonna give it up now. Word up. I'm not gonna give it up now. So, but yeah, it's like, I don't know if he draining the swamp. Back to the thing, I don't know if he draining the swamp. I hope he is. The white hats say that they cleaning it up and all of that. I just feel like all of them should be in jail. They make laws and they give us reason to explain why the crack dealer should be in jail, why the dude that's hustling CDs, the dude that's selling smoke cigarettes in front of a fucking store, he gets killed for some little petty shit. White collar crooks and these fucking politicians, they never go to jail. That's all I want. I want them to go to jail. And if it's shit like that, let's have public trials. Let's make it public. The Boy Scouts, they was another way that they take kids. The Girl Scouts is another. You see, the Boy Scouts got a Boy Scout, you've been molested registry. I mean, class action joint where you could call in and get money and tell them about you. That's how bad it is. The UN trying to make it normal. They trying to make sex with kids normal. And that's part of that. Yo, why I'm remembering it. So I don't know if I told y'all, Celine Dion, right? Who looks like she ain't had no adrenochrome in a while, right? Celine Dion, right? She do a video, a commercial where she getting chased by the cops and she fall and they tackle her. But then it goes like, that's the end, and then it goes to the beginning. So the beginning, she go into a nursery and with all black on, looking like a fucking witch, blowing some motherfucking shit out of her hand. Black shit float in out of her hand and float over the kids' cribs and change their clothing to some unisex transgender clothing shit. And then as the cops come in, when she do that and she talking a little bullshit, and as she running, she goes, oh, I'm Beyonce. And she's running and this and this and that. I seen that commercial, I'm like, yo, they really wildin' now. They really wildin'. So here go one. Twitter beef. Had Twitter beef with somebody, the guy the other day. And it was funny. Normally I would get all worked up or whatever. So he was like, oh, I want to see black people. I want to see black people killed, eliminated from the planet. I was like, well, you know, for you guys to come from us, a genetic mutation of our gene, that you would be a little bit more, you know, you'll be a little bit more appreciative. That was the word I used. Appreciative, like that, right? So he come back with the whoop, 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 whoop. I said, in the Bible, look, get a science book. That's one first. Life started in Africa. They trying to say in Africa. we still a map done been distorted. I already done seen plenty of proof of that, right? And right, so you got the map done been distorted. We the original ones. That's definitely the fact. But then in the Bible it says that talk about leprosy in the Bible. And when they talk about leprosy back in the days and back in the Bible, it talks about being spotted. Being the spot, so people took it as if you had that light spot here or your skin started peeling or whatever the case may be, you had leprosy, right? So everybody with leprosy, with them light spots, got sent away. So all of the people with the light spot over the generations, sleeping together over the generations, they started having the albino race started coming. And from the albino race, you have white people. There you go, right there. There's some other people mixed in with that, but that's how it went down. That's how it went down. So he hit me back with, and I said, then I topped him off with, and every day I go out in the sun, tells me that who's superior. You see me, I done got darker right in front of y'all eyes. I'm like 4 or 5 shades darker. And I don't even really be in the sun. I just be out here under the umbrella and the heat and all that, getting that good stuff in, but my skin getting darker. He told me, thank you, sir, have a good day. Yeah, you take care too, man. Yeah, see, when you know, see, that's the other thing. They know too. So when you know and you ain't emotional and you could tell them and articulate. So just like if you talk of politics with somebody, you say, wait, hold on for a minute. Democratic Party hasn't really done too much for us over the last 50 years. Right now, Trump has done more. So I could see where you might feel that way, but I could see where it's just an argument. It's this argument that, hey, Trump ain't that bad for us neither. Not saying he great, not saying I love him, not saying I'm praying for him, nothing like that. But I'm just saying he definitely did better for us than Obama did. And if you can't see that, then I don't know what else to tell you. And Obama was a Democrat, and we voted for him, and y'all loved him. But Trump did more. Reconcile. I talked about the T-Mobile scam. Is Beyonce a man? I seen a couple of videos, and so remember, before we get into that, let's think about the time when Beyonce was pregnant the first time, right? Remember when she was pregnant and she sat down that time and it looked like her belly dimple, it got a dent in it, looked like it was some fake styrofoam or some type of thing that ended up getting a dent in it. So now you go with all of this transgender stuff and all this stuff. So I seen a video where they say castrating the male at birth that they gonna use, castrating the male at birth, what they gonna use, and his voice will stay higher longer, and all of that stuff is normal practice. It's what they do. It's what they do. So if that happened, and that's because Kelly was more talented than Beyonce. I mean, I don't know, but Kelly was more talented, but Beyonce had the vibe. She had the vibe, like borderline mannish kind of vibe with the hips and like the doctored up shit. So I don't know. Could be. I'm just asking these questions. These is inquiring minds want to know. These are just questions. Methane gas pockets. Methane gas pockets. There's a lot of methane gas pockets. They try to blame it on cows, but methane blowholes, 7,000 of them. It's funny how information, so you think about volcanoes and you think that only way that you can have an eruption out the ground is a volcano. No, blowholes. A methane blowhole, and something hit that methane blowhole, boom, it's gonna go up. It's gonna go up. The American Academy of Dramatic Arts is down with the human traffic. Their part of it is they steal wombs from women. There's women out there that's talk about how they got they eggs stole, they stuff stole. And then so you go, why is that coming into? Because you got, man, you got people running around that's not women that's have kids and stuff like that. They need healthy wombs and eggs and ovaries from somewhere. They need them from somewhere. You can use historical property to enslave people. I'm just throwing out shit that's on legal on the books. Like I didn't look up this one. I got a question mark by it, but they said you could use the historical things because can't nothing change. You can't touch nothing, and people don't nothing and all of that stuff like that. That's where they could hide at. Cause you go into them historical joints and go up in one of them buildings, it got a funny vibe in it. It's just funny vibes in there. Word up, I've been in a few of them. I be posting rabbit videos today, Mr. Squirrel. Yeah, I posted them videos like that. Cause we got to get back to. This is one thing that everybody agree with too. Whether it's my version, whether it's Big Judah, is Kalal, whoever version is the sisters or whatever. We got to get back to our true essence, what we are, where we come from. You know what I mean? As far as farming, they made us not like farming with the whole slavery situation and all. Like they did things by design. You know what I mean? So yeah, so we got to get back to nature. We got to get back to wanting to talk to animals. We got to get back to, wanting to see fresh water, the streams running clean where you could go down and drink the water out. You can't do that shit now. I seen a dog got sick running the water. You can't drink no water now and all that stuff. You can't drink, ain't no water nowhere, no streams. Cause they polluting them all. They polluting the ground. They polluting the military base. They just doing too much bullshit. Trump appointed 176 judges. I say that because this is why they having problems in Minnesota. Cause the judges is crooked. Judges is crooked because the bar is crooked. The bar is crooked because the bar is part of the cabal. Shit. I seen one thing where they even trying to tie it into the Romans. They trying to say that the Romans faked their death and that they what's up, man?
Yeah, hot out here.
Yes, it is. That scene where they try to say the Romans faked their death and went underground in Greenland and Switzerland, and from there through the Rothschilds and everybody, they trying to control the world. That's who really added the Romans, and so you still got them with their ways from way back then and their descendants and all of that. So I don't know, but if you fighting against all of that, you gonna catch hell. You gonna catch hell. That's what explains them 26 I'm like Dr. Umar out here now, right? Kids playing stupid games in the background. But yeah, so that's important, 176 judges, because you need new people in there. He had to get his own secret security. He had to get rid of the people he had. They said he would have been dead by now if he was still using the other heads. Judges are out of control. The Flynn decision, I told you, that's illegal. See how I tie it in. See how I throw something out there and then bring it back and tie it in. So, but the Flynn thing is a beauty. Like, how you going to tell the Department of Justice that you gotta pursue the charges? You gotta pursue the charges. How you going to say, oh, the law is illegal, but you can't do nothing about it because we don't like the way you worded it. That's pretty much what he said. And people are celebrating. You know what I mean? But it's all good. Even the voting by mail. Like people going, yeah, yeah, yeah. Get out your feelings and look at it logically. Let's look at it logically. They trying to say vote, and you see how much junk mail I got in one day. So now think about junk mail. Think about how much junk mail you get and all that. And now you're going to put voter cards in there. You're going to have voter stuff going in there with all that. And mixed in, and all the apartments where it's going to be voter cards that don't get used and all that. Somebody could come in through and steal them. Come on, anybody know that. The common sense, that's going to be a lot of cheating. But because we don't like Trump, we hate Trump, and he got to go at all costs, they don't care if they going to stack the deck. People don't care that he going to stack the deck. People don't care. People don't care. You could show them where he locking up people. If the Pope is arrested and all these people is arrested and all that, that's cause of Trump. If it happened. And if it did happen, you gotta at least give them the opportunity to play this shit out. That's all I'm saying. At least give them, you gave other people 8 years, give them clown. Give them 8 years, you know what I'm saying? Y'all call him the orange clown and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Give them 8 years. Let them finish locking these heads up, man. We gotta lock these heads up, man. Operation, these are things for y'all to look up. I didn't write all the notes down because I seen enough. Operation Dominic. Operation Dominic leads you to Operation Fishbowl. See where I'm going? Fishbowl. Okay. Fishbowl. Right? So Operation Dominic led to Operation Fishbowl, which led to all of these countries around the world in the 60s shooting nuclear missiles up into the sky at the dome, at the top of the dome. So they say in the Bible, they say that God said he made it round and put a sphere over it. That's what I think it is, y'all. That's what I think it is. They made an Antarctic Treaty after that in 1959. After Operation Fishbowl, Operation Deep Freeze, high altitude nuclear tests. This was right after the Bay of Pigs. They got Operation Bluegill, Starfish, Johnson Island near the equator, Operation High Jump. Now, an ice rim on the corner is supposed to be a big ass ice rim on the corner around the sphere. Ice fit, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's what they say. Is NASA the Nazis? Is NASA the Nazis? They got the symbols. They got the snake tongue. The little red is the snake tongue. They got the snake tongue going around it. I'm just saying, man. Reptilians, man. Snakes, man. These niggas is wild, man. They out here. They is out here. And yeah, see, I calling them that because it's an ignorant people. There you go, see. The Roman Empire fakes its death, moved to Greenland, through the banks to CIA, Switzerland. Wow, that's crazy. So then that got me to the demonology of certain things, astrology, supernatural stuff, magic, and all of that, because it's good and bad in everything. It's good and bad in you. So if I was studying magic or whatever, or I was studying witchcraft or something like that, I'm not gonna be trying to do no bullshit, because I don't want no demons. I ain't trying to have no walking dead around me. I ain't trying to do that. I ain't trying to do that. I'm trying to talk to my sister. I'm trying to talk to my past ancestors. Yeah. Why would you not want to do that? Communicate with them. So, but in the Bible, he turned all of that into witchcraft. And so they started, they started to sell them witch trials and all of that stuff there, and it lasted for a long time, to like the 1700s. So almost like 100 years. He just like really just wiped it out of like 2 generations. Maybe what, 2-3 generations in 100 years? 4? Wiped it out. So we lost that connection that we had from our ancestor. He was like, just like how you think of it, just like how you end up knowing how to season stuff, or you know how to dance a little bit naturally. Like certain stuff is in you from your history and your DNA and remembering it. They took that memory away from us. He thought he was battling, yeah. So he turned it. Changed it from the woman being the goddess, because it was more. It was 20 spiritual women to every one spiritual man. And so he switched it from being the goddess in the Bible to being a male, the God in the Bible, to, to push us further away from what we are. You know what I'm saying? What we truly are. How we should be thinking and worshiping, so that way we'll have our maximum energy, or cerebral strength, cerebral intelligence, whatever. So yeah, we stopped using minerals, herbs, stuff like that. They remixed the Bible. And I was reading, getting this stuff, like, it's funny, this was a 6-month-old joint that Big Judah had did on, Big Judah did, so you'll be able to find him on YouTube, Big Judah, and stuff. I think he got a lion head? I forget what he got, but anyway, Big Judah, he go, good rising, good rising. So yeah, so that's him. When you hear that, that's him. So yeah, so he was like, they came up with harsher punishment in 1604, 1607. They came up with harsher punishment, reinterpretation to the witchcraft laws. You know what I mean? They switched out the calendar. The calendar got switched up. You know what I'm saying? They took our calendar and switched it up or whatever. Enchanters, prophets, seers, people could tell the future. They start, going after them. So here goes some things in the Bible that talk about this fear. And this one was Isaiah 40. Isaiah, he who sits above the circle of the earth, and its inhabitants are like grasshoppers. And then Job 26, he inscribed a circle on the face of the waters at the boundary between the light and the darkness. You know what I mean? And so here's another one. Wind blows, Ecclesiastics. Wind blows to the south, to the north, around and around in a circle, like casting a mirror, a metal mirror. So yeah. So the negative energy towards a woman, because y'all could heal, except, so they made it witchcraft. Yeah. The DACA joint is crazy. Oh, if you want to complain to your senator, congressman, if you want to complain, this is the number: 202-225-3121. 202-225-3121. Anything you want to call in and complain about, feel free. So, here go one. To my white magma buddies out there. This not your country. This is your corporation that you set up upon this land. That's more accurate of what is going on, right? You guys don't have no country. We let y'all shake us into taking over the land. So with y'all corporation. So this corporation that y'all running, that y'all set up right now, that's what y'all got. Y'all ain't got no country. Y'all got a corporation. And T-Mobiles and your Bioses and your Elon Musk helping them and all of this type of stuff, and then the government and the presidential trafficking and all of that, and the FBI involved in hits, and CIA involved in killing Malcolm, Dr. King at the hospital, and his wife suing and all of that with the pillow. Come on, y'all ain't set up no country. It's just a bunch of bullshit. Stop it. Let's if we gonna talk facts and we gonna be real, y'all ain't set up nothing but some little corporate cesspool where they could steal people money and enslave them. That's all y'all set up here. Now let's talk about D.L. Hughley. He passed out the other day. Boom, passed out, right? Boom. I say it's karma. Oh, you harsh, Sherm. Remember when George Lopez Oh, in our Latino community and the Spanish community, we know this is a golden rule. You don't date black people. Remember that? And then a black woman in the audience, sister, got offended by the joke, and he kicked her out and trashed her and shit. And then DL came to his defense. But he hate Trump. Trump's a racist. He going every day tweeting hard as hell about Trump. Wow. So, okay, so I think this was a really good show. I think I told a lot of stuff. I think you gotta ask questions, y'all. Cause man, the Pope involved in that? The Pope, the Pope shit, the Archbishop writing a letter to Trump. Crazy stuff out there. But yo, that's my show. Peace, love, light. I see y'all soon, man.